Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, shotguns. We're drinking bourbon.
Wheat whiskey.
Wheat whiskey, you
Yes,
say?
we have wheat whiskey, and we have on the bar, bam, Old Elk double wheat whiskey.
All right, Ben, are you going to keep up the wheat whiskey talk?
No, for the sake of our viewers, I won't. But
I'm sure it'll slip in there a time or two.
That's what she said.
so this is kind of exciting because we've been pretty big fans of Old Elk.
With one exception, they've been exceptional. I would agree.
This one is the double wheat. It's part of their Masters Blend series, 107.1.
Which is important.
So apparently they just had to one up, like, you know, Weller Antique 107 or Old
Yes,
Rip
because
or
that's
something
what
like
they're.
that.
Well, it could actually be compared with that.
Well, wheaters.
We're about to find out.
So here's what makes this a wheat whiskey and a double wheat. It's a blend of Old Welk's wheat. Redo that.
Okay.
You f***ed up.
It's a blend of Old Elk's wheat whiskey and their wheated bourbon.
Which I honestly think are two of my favorite bottles of this past year. Like what they're doing on their wheat expressions is awesome. The wheat whiskey is one of my all-time favorites. I love it.
So in the age on this, so the Old Elk wheated bourbon is 6 years. The Old Elk wheat whiskey is 6 to 7 to 8 years. They probably could have just said 6 to 8 years, but it says 6-7-8. So it breaks down to be 71.5% wheat, 25% corn, 3.5% barley.
Wow.
So let's get into it.
You know, with all this build-up and hype, if it's bad, they deserve to feel bad. But I don't think it's going to be bad.
I mean, I think we deserve to feel bad.
No.
You know, if it's because we're kind of building it up as well. So
That's an interesting chocolate note. What is that? Or is that hazelnut? It's like free-range hazelnuts or something.
free range as opposed to like caged.
Well, caged or, yeah.
Caged hazelnut.
Farm-raised hazelnuts.
You know what? I don't know if I would have picked that note or come up with it, but I'm totally with you on that. It's kind of hazelnutty. It's really sweet on the nose.
Oh, there is a candy in the range of, I hate to say this because it's gonna like redirect it, but, well, I'll just say it. Sweet tarts. It's got a sweet tart type vibe.
Sure. Yep. Kind of a little bit of a fruity kind of backing to it.
There's also, and again, I hate to say this, but, you know, I'm definitely getting Fred Flintstone vitamin at this point.
Are you really?
I really am.
Okay, interesting. So, well, it's definitely not a Dickel product. This is MGP.
It is MGP juice.
So, well, let's get into the taste here, see what happens. Cheers. Dusty. I'm getting a dusty vibe from this.
It drinks old, and I don't say that in a bad way. It's very mature, and I think this confirms a theory we floated a long time ago.
Yeah, wheaters seem to age a little faster.
And so you get a really well-aged whiskey.
Now, I don't know if there's any science behind that, but that's just what we think.
It's an observation after like 400 reviews.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like you can get away with a younger wheat whiskey, but this is between 6 and 8 years, and that's a good age point for any whiskey, to be honest.
It has a really lasting sweetness that kind of sticks around. I guess that's what the word lasting means.
I'm getting like this is interesting.
It is a little on the whiskey nerd side. Like
it is.
It's not your typical right down the middle of the road generic bottle of whiskey.
I agree with you on that. That being said, a lot of times when we get the ones that kind of fall into that whiskey nerd category, sometimes they fall into that this isn't for everybody. I think this one, anybody could enjoy this, as long as you're okay with the proof point. There's nothing offensive about this. I think it's really good. The average price for this is about $115.
That's going to be the challenge.
I picked this up on sale, got it for $85, so that was a steal.
Happy
I
Turkey
think
Day.
at $115, this is really good. I don't know if it's $115 good, And to be perfectly honest, a lot of $100, $120 whiskeys are not, but some of them are.
Yeah, I wonder, and we don't need to do it in this review, but Lux Row is another company, well, they're now owned by MGP. They have a wheated expression. I think the Lux Row one is wheated. I would like to compare their cask strength, which maybe is a tad higher proof.
It's a little higher proof. Are you talking about the Rebel single barrel?
Yeah. That one was great. We liked it. I genuinely love this. I think it's
really
very
good.
unique. But it does have one note that I often dislike. I don't dislike it here, but it's noticeable.
What is it?
The Fred Flintstone vitamin thing.
Is it? Do you know what I think I'm getting? Where I think I'm getting the same note, but I don't know if I would classify it as like a Fred Flintstone vitamin. It's kind of a red fruit. Are you assuming you're talking about a red Flintstone vitamin?
Well, I almost
and
thought
not a
grape.
purple?
I was thinking the grape, actually.
Then maybe I'm going a different direction. But I'm almost getting like a cherry cola or cherry 7-Up, like a cherry soda vibe from this.
Dr. Pepperish.
Yeah,
A
something
little bit,
like that. And so it's kind of got like that nice fruity note, but there is something different about it that I'm having a hard time pinpointing.
It's got a really nice burn that kind of builds and then falls away. It's not a punch in the face. It's just a jackrabbit that punches you over and over again.
What the f*** are you talking about, man?
I feel like this one is maybe it's not that the flavors aren't bold enough. They're there, but they're not there for very long.
Okay.
I feel like it dries up and goes away very quickly. I think that's what I'm kind of experiencing.
So I feel it does have a long finish, but it is only like the sweetness. It's not all of the other wood spice. So yeah, I do actually agree with you that some of the flavors really drop off.
Yeah. Great flavors though. It does have that nice wheat note to it that I particularly like on wheated bourbons. I like the grain note.
I was going to make a dumb joke, but I'll leave it alone.
Oh, go ahead. It never stopped you before. But no, I mean, sometimes, on certain whiskeys, that grain note is usually a sign of youth, and it's not that great usually. On wheaters in particular, when I get that wheat grain note, I really, really like that. It's one of my favorite notes, honestly.
Totally.
But anyway, this is great. $115 to $120.
I'd like to see Old Elk maybe take a step back from trying to push the boundary price-wise. I mean, they've really nailed the quality.
Yeah.
Now, they are moving from exclusively MGP juice to their own. And so I don't think they can keep commanding that kind of price because this kind of whiskey is available from other MGP-sourced companies.
Yes, it is. And, at some point, maybe we need to just do an MGP video where we talk about that. But yeah, I mean, it's really good. I think it's good.
Yeah, I like it a lot, but
You just have to decide on the price point yourself.
Exactly.
So, all right, well, this has been Old Elk Double Wheat on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Till next time. See you next time.